we should have put a song there or something. Thank you. Thank you. There is nothing quite as humbling as being received in this way. And through the beauty that is the letting go of life, tears come to my eyes as my heart overflows with the love that we have generated in this community with, for, as, and around each other over these last, well, I would say I met you first in October a year ago at the park. Many of you remember COVID raging across a picnic bench and many, many questions and thoughts and ideas, and I fell in love with this energetic, deeply questioning, committed, carefully thinking, deeply inquisitive of the one who is thinking she might come here from California. This was a leap for a lot of you to imagine that this might be something that I would really want to do, that my partner, Wayne Marshall, who's handling a lot of our internet and Zoom as Ann Blanchard mentioned, as things were moving in and out of fluidity yesterday, it's so great to have a live-in tech person. And his heart blossoms with such beauty that many of you have already been touched by, and you will hear a little bit more from him today, a little bit later. I am only going to really speak for a moment, but I first am just so touched. I'm so touched. I have walked every step of this with you, hand in hand, each one of you, receiving you as you've reached out, receiving you into my heart, and looking as these requests were made of me this morning for the highest form of our loving in each conversation. And I feel like so many of you, well, all of you that I've spoken to is what I mean, have met me in my heart. And I'm so blessed by that. I am so much fuller and so much emptier. As our poem said this morning, I want to thank Marty Levin for finding that poem, but not only for finding that poem, for finding me on the internet. If you're wondering in what way the call is going to come to your door, it might be during COVID or some other related chaos, and it might be through your computer, and it might be through a 3-minute meeting in a breakout room on a Zoom call and never seeing each other again. And yet Marty had something from that invited him to reach out when this community was looking for a minister. He thought, and I thought, that he was just looking for someone else through me. Maybe not. So I want to introduce myself in 2 ways to you. And I probably will just keep tearing and crying, so feel free to join me. The first is that my last congregation, whom I did serve in California and was my first congregation, gave me the name, the Minister of Love. And it has been quite a thing to live up to. And so I intend to live up to that, to the best of my ability as I walk each day, forgiving and stepping, and allowing the consciousness that we all hold within us, as through us, as we source ourselves in the divine, is all here for each of us. I am in the leadership of this community, holding space for this truth to be revealed through you, through every single one of you. I am not going to hear your truth for you. I will hear it with you in prayer. I will hold space until it arrives for you. One of my most important awarenesses in my history in religious science was there was a time when I couldn't put my prayer together with my life. There was some disconnect. And what I realized was there's, as I told one of the classes this week, there's really a platform 9 3/4 inside the prayer treatment. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm sorry, I'm talking about Harry Potter. And in Harry Potter, the kids go to the regular Victoria train station just like everybody else, but there's this magical train track that only the magical ones can see. And it's called 9 3/4, and your train comes just there, and you get on and you leave to Hogwarts. But we leave to Hogwarts every day. We get to walk in this world, but not of it. We get to live in the expansive consciousness of loving. We get to live, we call it loving because we can't find any better word for it, because it feels so good when we choose it. And if we don't see platform 9 3/4, we need to look within more deeply. It is always there, and it is inside you to be discovered so that you will see it on the outside. As we see first, we are then seeing. We are at cause in love and peace and joy and passion and compassion and grace and holiness. Yell them out. Give me the other names of God that are in you right now. Joy. Peace. Love. Companionship. Harmony. Adoration. Community. Treasure. Kindness. Delight, empathy. These are the capacities of God that are already yours. Yell one out if I didn't hear it. Beauty. Beauty. Look at this place today. Beauty. Can you believe this holy, elegant thing, this coming into form of this idea that I didn't have an idea what it looked like, but somebody else did. Many of you have been part of this creation. This was created first, probably in the mind of someone named Holly. And then she invited this beautiful collaborative community, which is what we are with God. We are one. We are the hands and feet and eyes and heart of each other and of God as we walk through these days together. So when we're on this planet making these beautiful celebrations, we are also that. We are still that. We are never, ever apart from that until we choose that. And if we choose that, we turn to our friends, we turn to our ministers, our practitioners. We have loads of them that are on Zoom and things like that. I think we counted this week, we are 20 practitioners and ministers praying with and for and as us all the time. And then there's all these amazing, beautiful consciousnesses of you that aren't in those roles that have the exact same thing going on, praying, living, loving all of us. And thankfully, this whole wild world that it is right now, right? Always. It's always like this. We live beyond the circumstances of what happens to us. We live with the future vision holding this incredible vision that all life is love. The circumstances of today, we can look at them, we cope with them, we love them is what we do with them. And we see the vision of the world at peace, in love, the way Holly had the vision of the beauty of this room. That is how it's created. If we want this world, commit inside your heart. I want this world. Do we want this world of love? You can answer.
Yes.
We want. So we see the vision beyond the temporary circumstances that were created out of the past or out of some other kind of thinking. We stand in the moment of vision. We say, as the fog of circumstances in front of us, bless you. It is a call to love. And we see just beyond that as our love infiltrates this fog, like the sun, all is revealed again as love. So today, this is what we're all committing to. This beautiful congregation, each one of you with such different, special moments when I can look at the things we've shared and the moments we've shared and the beauty you are. Every single one of you is the power, is the activity, is the presence right here and now. As you choose it, it chooses you. Can I tell you a funny story?
Yeah.
Okay. And my nose is... So, I was at the airport. Did I tell you this story about the airport? I hope not, but it's good. So I was at the airport, and I got out, and anybody who knows me knows I do not pack lightly. And I've stopped apologizing for it. Anybody else who doesn't pack lightly, feel free to raise your hand. Thank you. Thank you. We're a club. Other people roll their eyes, but we're good. We're good. It's all God. So I get out of the car at the curb, and I have this huge bag. And there's no way I'm like dragging that through the airport, and there's this beautiful sky cap in front of me, and I reach in my wallet and zero cash. Zero, not even 15 cents, like nothing. And I'm standing there, and I'm looking at her, and I'm breathing, and I'm looking at her, I'm looking at the bag, I'm like, I could drag it through. And finally I just said to her, I am so deeply sorry that I don't have anything to give you for your service, but would you be willing to take this huge bag off my hands? And she laughed, and she looked at me, and she said, honey, you are not my source. Kind of patted me on the head, sat me on my back. Remember that. Look around. Honey, you are not my source. My source. One of my greatest teachers on some freezing cold LA morning in an empty airport. All your teachers are always speaking to you, through you and as you, as we surrender to the lesson, even though we hate it. Anybody have a lesson they've hated lately?
A couple of them.
We have a very big wave from Reverend Marlene on the screen right now. Let's just send her some love.
Yeah.
This is a hard thing to miss when your whole life is in service to this congregation. So please, let's just take a moment and hold that in our hearts. Knowing that she is close to us, as close as she would be if she was here. We honor that she is caring for herself and for all of us in this moment, even if it's slightly overboard. She has surrendered into this, and we bless you, bless you, bless you. Knowing that each of us have these moments that we hate, but divine expression is coming through them, and we listen. This is the part that was missing from my practice. I did my treatments, and then everybody said to me, treat, and move your feet. But I didn't know where to go. I did my practice. I did my prayer. Where was I supposed to go? I missed the platform 9 3/4, which is listen to the guidance, and all will appear. After you do your unification with the glory that is this spacious, eternal, infinite power, and then you bring it into yourself and recognize that, wow, phew, I'm one with that. Phew, I'm one with that amazing power. Oh, here it comes, I feel it. And I realize that perfect health, divine abundance, wholeness, peace, grace, all of our words, right, again and again, those are all true about me. And whatever condition it is, I allow it to fall away as I allow myself to know the truth about me, and then I wait. I stop. There it is. There's the platform. Maybe you should go get a job. Or maybe you wanna. There's a whisper. After we recognize who we are, the skies open up. The ego and all the other words we have for the part of us that hate everything, that part of us falls away, and we seal that wholeness, and we listen to it with trust. And as we trust, we build faith, and as we build faith, we build knowing, and as we build knowing, we are free. So in whatever you do, meditation, prayer, whatever it is that brings you into that wholeness and that oneness with this divine, beautiful, ever-expanding power, listen, ask, please deliver to me my guidance in a way that I can understand. I'm willing to listen. I'm hearing. And then the little tiny squeaky voice, or sometimes it gets louder if we don't listen. It can come more quickly and more rapidly and more loud. But we will get a message if we ask for it. We will get the message we ask for. And we will not always recognize it for what it is. So if we start with the assumption that always everything is unfolding for our highest good and for the highest good of all around us. We live in a universe that is always bringing into harmony. Anything that moves outside of harmony, it's bringing it back in, and it moves out, it comes back in, it moves out. So if you're outside of harmony, if the situation is outside of harmony, ask, what is mine to do? Where am I to bring my love? Which of my talents shall be drawn forward in this situation, so that I may love so fully that God stands here with me when 2 or more are gathered in its name? This power is immense through you. Do not forget that's true. So I told you I was going to give you my 2 names from my congregation, and I gave you the nicer one first. The second one is the irreverend. So there occurs to me that I might have been playing a little bit maybe less large than sometimes I might have been in the process of really wanting you to get to know my heart. But there are times when I can really play full out in a way that will call into question all the assumptions that are being made around us, so that we can look at them, we can take them apart, and we can find new ways to believe, think, and know about situations that we may have already made our mind up about. So give yourself the gift of irreverence plus humility. Helps a little on the tough days when the ego gets in. Give yourself the gift of your own irreverence, your own loving minister. Be that for yourself and for your world, for your community, and for your heart. And we are going to have a fantastic journey that we are already on. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let us pray. There she is. Let us pray for this community, for the heart, mind, and soul, body, all realms of what is true about being human, that we today recognize right here and now the power, the love, the joy, everything that is heaven, and that we draw that into us by choice. We leave behind the world of duality. We step fully as the Christ consciousness, as Jesus would say, turn the other cheek, look away from right and wrong, and see a field that Rumi would say, out beyond ideas of right doing and wrongdoing, there is a field. I will meet you there. When two souls lay down in the grass, even the words each other make no sense. And in this wholeness, in the wholeness that we are, in the oneness that we are, we take it this moment to realize for this congregation that all is in divine order, that all is fluid and flowing through this universe, that all love is here today. All forms of love, all forms of right action, all forms of whatever it is you seek are here. Your desires are known. Your loves are encouraged. Your talents are opened. Your heart lands softly. And so from this place, we hold this entire congregation, all who are on their way, all changes, all whatever is in the field that is coming that we cannot even anticipate, we hold it all in love. We remember that everything is love or a call to love, and we give our love to the call. And we are so grateful to know this, to know we are powerful beyond anything we could even imagine, to know we're magnificent, to know we're holy. To know all of that is to be free to love all each other in every situation. And we are so, so very grateful to know this. So very grateful to know this. And we release this prayer. We know that it is already done. It is already whole. It is already complete. Nothing has ever gone before that wasn't this. And we say together, so it is.